There are currently 10 teams in the NHL without a captain, and today I'm going to be choosing their next one. First up, the Anaheim Ducks, and after the departure of Radko Gudas, my choice for their next captain, Jackson Lacombe. The 25-year-old defenseman is entering the first year of his 8-year contract extension that'll take him until he's 33 years old. He was drafted by the Ducks in 2019. He's already got the A on his jersey. They just got to swap it out to a C. He was named to the U.S. Olympic team this past winter, although he didn't play in the Olympics. He was named to the team. He's an awesome defenseman. He's gotten better every year he's played in the league, and I think he's an easy pick for the Ducks' next captain. Up next, the Boston Bruins, and this should be an easy one, David Pastrnak. Following the trade of Brad Marchand just over a year ago, the Bruins haven't named a captain, and I think Pastrnak is an easy pick. He's been a career Boston Bruin. He's one of the best and most personable players in the league. I'm sure he's a great leader in that room, and it's just a matter of time before he joins that historic list of Boston Bruins captains. The Chicago Blackhawks, who have remained captainless since the departure of longtime captain Jonathan Toews. This is another easy one for me. It's going to be Connor Bedard. It's just a matter of when he signs his contract extension. He's still currently an RFA, but the Blackhawks have plenty of cap space, and I'm sure the day that extension is signed, it'll come along with an announcement that he is also the next captain of the Chicago Blackhawks. The Columbus Blue Jackets, they just lost their captain Boone Jenner to free agency, and I believe their replacement will be defenseman Zach Werenski. He's coming off a Norris Trophy season, and although there's been a lot of rumblings recently about whether he may or may not stick around in Columbus, he still has 2 years left, and we've seen it before where teams use the C as kind of a gesture of good faith towards the player, that they are invested in him and that they want him to stick around, that he is the face of the franchise. And maybe it sways him one way or another to stick around. It didn't work with Quinn Hughes or Brady Tkachuk, but it's possible it works for him. He is their best player, the face of the franchise. I believe it should absolutely 100% be Zach Werenski. The LA Kings, this should be another slam dunk following the retirement of Anze Kopitar. It should absolutely, without a second thought, be his longtime teammate, Drew Doughty. Now, I can see an argument for Adrian Kempe, and I think he may be next up on the list after Doughty retires. But Doughty's a lifelong King. He was drafted in 2008. He's in the last year of his contract at 36 years old. If it is his last season, his 19th season, I think it's only right that he goes out wearing the C for the Los Angeles Kings. The New York Islanders, after losing their captain Anders Lee to free agency, I believe their next captain will be Matthew Schaefer. It's very rare after just one season for a player this young to receive the captaincy, but he's just such a well-spoken kid. If you saw him at the draft, he's got a great head on his shoulders. He's got that swagger to him, and he's the definition of face of the franchise. He dominated the league as a rookie, and I think if anybody is ready to take on the C as a teenager, it's him. The Ottawa Senators. Now, they've been very unlucky in recent years with the departure of their faces of the franchise, Brady Tkachuk being the latest. But this one is not as easy. I have this narrowed down to two guys. I think it'll be Thomas Chabot or Jake Sanderson, but I'm going to give the edge to Thomas Chabot. He's been there for 10 years. He's been through the thick of it with this team, the ups and downs, and I believe that he'll be the next captain of the Ottawa Senators. Now, this might be the most obvious slam dunk pick on this list. The San Jose Sharks, it's going to be Macklin Celebrini. They've been without a captain since Logan Couture's career ended abruptly due to injury. And you look at Celebrini's season, he took the world by storm this year. He was the captain of Team Canada at the World Championships. He put on an absolute show at the Olympics, and he capped off his unreal 19-year-old season, finishing 4th in Hart Trophy voting. He'll be 20 years old this upcoming season, not yet able to legally drink in the USA, but I have a feeling he's going to have the C on his jersey before then. The St. Louis Blues, they recently traded Braden Shen at this past year's trade deadline to the New York Islanders. Now, my first pick before the start of this season would have been Colton Parayko, but they just tried to trade him to Buffalo, so I imagine they're not in any rush to make him the captain of the franchise. Now, the only other logical choice in my mind is Robert Thomas. He is their franchise center. He's an 8-year veteran at this point, a former first-round pick of the Blues. He's a point-per-game player. He's already got the A on his jersey. All you got to do is swap that out for a C, and the Blues are golden going into next season with their new face of the franchise. Last but not least, the Vancouver Canucks. Now, I mentioned previously the Ottawa Senators have fallen on some hard times with their recent captains. Vancouver has experienced that same luck. Bo Horvat, a few seasons ago, was traded away, and now this past season, Quinn Hughes, their franchise defenseman, traded to the Minnesota Wild. leaving their captaincy vacant once again. Now, I could see this being a couple of guys. First up, my first nomination is Brock Besser. He is consistently committed to the Vancouver Canucks. A couple years ago when he was a free agent, he could have gone anywhere. He could have gone anywhere for more money, but he decided to stick around in Vancouver. He's been there his whole career. Despite being an American, I would not be surprised if they decided to go with him. But my pick is going to be Filip Hronek. To me, he just seems like a more natural leader. He's got an awesome beard, and I'm just honestly a sucker for defensemen being captains of teams, so I'm going to go with him. Now, before I wrap up this video, I'd like to throw out an honorable mention to the Detroit Red Wings, who right now still have a captain being Dylan Larkin, but there's a strong possibility he is traded this summer. So I'd like to throw out my pick for Detroit's next captain in the event that Larkin is gone. And this one's also pretty obvious. Moritz Seider. Any Detroit fans I see in any comment section, they're all just waiting to give Seider the C. They've basically already turned on their captain Dylan Larkin as he's turned on them. They are already lining up waiting to buy his jersey with the C on it. So would not shock me at all if by the end of the summer, Moritz Seider is the next captain of the Detroit Red Wings. That is going to be it for this one. Let me know down in the comments who you think will be the captain of any of these NHL franchises next season, and we'll see you in the next one. Take care.